So I'm doing this on my phone because my camera is being a little stupid on my computer. But with BlizzCon right around the corner, I wanted to make a couple predictions. And I've been talking with some friends lately, and I don't feel like Blizzard is done with their um, Battle for Azeroth. Because, as we've seen, Battle for Azeroth is not about the battle between the Horde and the Alliance. It is about the battle for the planet itself and helping it survive from the old gods. I also think that Sylvanas has everything she's done has been for selfish reasons. I feel like that based on the story that was done after Lich King, where she died and she went to the afterlife, and she didn't have that peace, and she didn't have that um, light that made her feel happy. I feel like that she may have made a deal with Helia and with the Void that if she brings so many souls to the Shadowlands, that would redeem her and bring her back to the afterlife that she feels that she rightfully deserves, that was stolen from her by the Lich King, by Arthas. And I feel like that is where it is going. I could be 100% off base, but I wanted to get this on here as quickly as possible with BlizzCon right around the corner and with announcements starting tonight and tomorrow and into Saturday. And I wanted to be the first one to say that this is what happened, because I've been watching so many videos about the ideas of this and what people think are going to be at BlizzCon. And I think that this is going to be one of the things. And I think we're going to have another year of Battle for Azeroth, and they're going to introduce the Shadowlands. I don't think it's going to be its own expansion, because that seems really stupid for one thing to be. I don't think they can put enough in there for one full expansion. I also don't think that they're going to go back to Northrend as a full expansion, because then you're just going to have another Cataclysm, and in my opinion, I don't think that went very well for Blizzard. But so that's my take on what's going on and what I think is going to happen. And I do apologize for the poor quality of this video, but please do give me a like, give me a subscribe, and click the bell. I haven't been posting much lately, and I do apologize about that. But I hope to get more content up here now that I'm not as busy with work and don't have as much going on in my life. I can put more time towards this. I'll have new content up soon. But on from there, as far as the Shadowlands go, I think that the idea of a raid in Stormwind and everyone dying at the end of the raid to go to the Shadowlands, I think that is a real possibility. And I think that is a thing that would very much happen. And that's where we get to the big bad, because I don't think N'Zoth is the big bad of this. I think it's probably more of crap, what's his name? The guy that's at the end of the mansion. I can't remember his name, because he says to the players, "I'll see you again in the Shadowlands." And he also tormented Jaina whenever you have to go to her quest line on the Alliance side. And then we have Bwansamdi and his boss that he is terrified of. Who that is? It's not N'Zoth, because while N'Zoth plays a lot of mind games, he's not that scary. He's not as strong. He's not as powerful as his brothers. It's very much just a mind game type of person. And I think that is what we're going to be dealing with. as the big bad for Battle for Azeroth, and I do feel that we have at least another year. They announce a new expansion. I know that sounds like a lot because that means that there's 2 more years of Battle for Azeroth. But I don't think they're going to announce a new expansion. I'll be happy to be wrong. I hope they do, and I hope it's interesting. I hope they're not just regurgitating more of the old stuff. But that brings me to Warcraft Classic. A couple announcements that I hope that we get for that, and that is that they don't follow the original expansion set. Meaning, I hope that they do not re-release Burning Crusade, or that they don't re-release Wrath of the Lich King. There was a lot of changes that they made in both those expansions to the way the game is played that made it so much different from Classic that I don't think it would behoove them to do that. Now, you may be thinking, well, what are they going to do then for content when people get bored? Well, one of the things that one of my friends pointed out is maybe Blizzard isn't expecting people to continue on with Classic. But I don't think Activision is going to let a money thing like that just go down the tubes. I think what they might do is they might revisit some of the stuff that they never finished in original Classic or in Vanilla, and I feel like that they might actually do those because Mount Hyjal was a fully realized zone before Cataclysm. There are islands off of Tanaris that are fully realized islands, complete with mobs and buildings. The only thing they're lacking are quests. And then you have other places all over the maps that you can't get to, like where the right off of the wetlands during Cataclysm when it's not the Shadowlands, but you know what I'm talking about. I can't remember what they're called off the top of my head, but those that whole area is blocked off and you can't get to it. Gilneas you can't get to in Classic, and I would love for them to redo the whole story of Gilneas and actually make that a zone that is actually used past the character creation. I mean, I could make a whole video about how shite the whole Worgen story is in Cataclysm. I absolutely hated it. As someone who loved the Worgen all the way through Lich King, I felt that they did them serious disservice. But that's neither here nor there. They have an opportunity with Classic to explore Warcraft in a whole new direction and do things so much differently and make it a completely different game. And I really hope that they do that. And I really hope that that's part of the announcements that they have at BlizzCon this weekend. Well, we're at almost 9 minutes for this video, and I know it's going to be absolute crap, and I apologize for that. There's no editing taking place here. This is just raw me talking into the camera, which is where I feel like I do my best work. So I hope you watch it. I hope you like what I say. I am going to tag the other groups in this, like Bueller Gaming and Vaulty, and just because I really want to get their opinions on this, because they're a lot more in-depth with the lore than I am, and I really want to see what they think about this. So talk to you later. Have a great time at BlizzCon. I am so jealous that I couldn't be there this year. Money just wouldn't allow it, but I will be here, and I will be catching on all the announcements because I do have friends there, and we'll see what happens.